Hello everyone and welcome back guys to AOR for round 12 of season 18 of the Xbox One F3 League, where today we're here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now coming into this one, safe to say the title fight is looking very tasty at the moment. Humperdinck comes into this round at just 1 point ahead of myself as we reach the halfway stage of the season. It's still a long way to go in this championship, and obviously for those of you that have watched this channel for a while, you'll know Hungary isn't exactly my favourite track in the whole wide world. It's probably one of my worst, I'd say, on the F1 games. So yeah, we'll wait and see as to how we fare over the course of this evening. In the background is currently my fastest lap from qualifying. Yes, Hungary is one of those tracks where you've got to qualify on the medium compounded tyres for the best race strategy. It is a medium hard compound Grand Prix, which can make it very difficult sometimes to really be able to get down into a good rhythm, especially where it's effectively a one-shot qualifying session. On the set of the mediums, you might be able to get 2 laps out of them, but yeah, it's going to be really difficult here. But so far this lap, probably one of my better ones from recent weeks. Obviously, we've had a bit of a run of second places here, or not even just second places, just qualifying within half a tenth of pole every single Grand Prix since Canada. So it's been quite frustrating at the moment, but as we head down in towards the final few corners of this lap, though, this lap seemed quite good on the whole. There wasn't many places where I felt I could have extracted more out of the car. As we head down through the final hairpin of the lap, there you can see we're going to be about 6 tenths up on my previous best. There's 7 tenths up as we cross the line, and it's 33 thousandths off the pole, which this week in all fairness was LCR Ben on a set of softs, so it was effectively pole position for the guys that were trying a one-stop here. But yeah, Ben was on the pole on a 16.9, just 34 thousandths ahead of myself there. We were the fastest of the medium runners. They're ahead of X-Power, Stewie, my teammate Jamie183, Schweiz and Constant Ryan, as well as MNT Hamilton there, with Weasel in 9th, Giza in 10th there, and Kez in 11th, with my main tied rival, Humperdinck, not actually setting a lap in qualifying. Not too sure what happened to him at the end of the day there. But as we get ready on the grid, though, for this Hungarian Grand Prix, we got Ben starting on the pole, myself on a set in the medium starting in P2. If we can somehow get a good start, hopefully Ben won't try to fight it all too much there. As we get ready though, the 5 lights are coming on now for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it is lights out and away we go there. Ben has not got off to a good start there, so it's straight up into the lead of this race there, and that was absolutely perfect for ourselves there as we head down in towards Team 1. They're just playing it a little bit defensively, everyone behind us bunching up as we head in towards the first corner there. Stewie comes out though in P2, they're ahead of X-Power in P3 there, so both myself and Stewie making big gains off the start of this Grand Prix. They're running a little bit deep as we head down through turn 3 and turn 2 and turn 3 here on the opening lap. And you can see, yeah, Stewie in the Renault, he was looking feisty in this one. You know, he hasn't actually won since Australia in this series. No, we haven't had the same 1-2 since Australia in AOI. You know, he hasn't won, and Jamie hasn't finished second or higher since the first round of the season here. So it really does go to show how much has changed in just half a season here in AOR. But as we head through the S's for the first time in this Grand Prix, that I was a little bit unsure what my race strategy should be here. I really sort of wanted to sort of just dictate the pace and, you know, allow Stewie to stick in the dirty air, you know, pick up the DRS, but also, you know, really suffer with the tyre wear through the middle sector of the lap here. You can see there's already yellow flags out there as someone, I think that's Ben and Iron Weasel, have been involved in an instant there, so not really what they needed off the start of this Grand Prix here. But yeah, we were really unsure what we needed to do in this Grand Prix here as we head out the final corner of lap 1 though. We have built up a little bit of a margin over Stewie there, only about 6 tenths of a second as we head onto lap 2 here. But yeah, we really were unsure what our race plan should be here, and it was becoming quite clear very quickly. Our race plan should have been trying to build up the 1 second margin in the opening few laps of this Grand Prix, because as soon as the DRS came out, it was making it very difficult to really try and do anything against Stewie here. And this is probably my one thing that I don't really like about F1 2019 League Racing, is just how overpowered the DRS is. It's not even the slipstream, it is just the DRS seems to give you such an upper hand relative to the car in front. I mean, I've seen league races now where someone will sit behind a track like Germany, where the DRS is notorious for this sort of thing, sit behind them until the very last lap of the Grand Prix and then go for it. And it's, yeah, it makes it a little bit difficult here. I feel either the tyres need to be a little bit worse, you know, sort of temperature-wise, as Stewie actually goes for the lunge down in towards T1 there. We just about avoid him and give him the room in the end there. Yeah, I think it's quite difficult. Either the tyres have got to overheat just a little bit more, not quite F1 2018 levels, but still a little bit worse than this game. And so obviously just to try and, you know, even out a little bit more, because at the moment, yeah, being in second it's almost like F1 2016 to a certain degree, but obviously a lot easier on the traction, which makes it, yeah, more consistent and more predictable at the end of the day there. But yeah, anyway, on to the end of lap 14, we had held on to the lead pretty much throughout the entirety of that stint there. Stu would dive it in, ready to go onto a set of the hard compound tyres here. So this is the lap that we need to try and take absolutely everything that is left into these tyres and put them into the ground here. You can see Humperdinck already up into P3 there on a set of hard compound tyres here. He was looking very, very strong nonetheless in this Grand Prix. Obviously, we had a really bad qualifying last week out. He was going to have his really bad qualifying this week out. So yeah, we're certainly going to be interesting to see where we both ended up in the later stages of this Grand Prix here. As we're just trying to keep it clean and consistent at the moment. They're only 700ths off my PB in Sector 1 here. So yeah, we were really just trying to, quick but careful, I think was the right way to describe it. We couldn't allow Stewie to get the undercut here, although it was going to be 50-50 anyway with the set of the hard compound tyres. They do take a little bit to get up to temperature. They are quite odd sometimes around this circuit, depending on track conditions and everything like that. As we head down in towards the final sector of this lap here. You can see only dropped 0.2 of my previous best there, but you can see X-Power still is not dropping any time to ourselves as well here as we come down in towards the penultimate corner here. Low revs, low fuel, and then no ERS deploy. We'll try and save just a little bit as we head down in towards the pit lane here, and hopefully it won't cost us all too much in the grand scheme of things here. As we dive it down into the pit lane there, get the car slowed down really nice and tidily as well. So you're happy with that one as we head down this start-finish straight there. You see this Kez talking in the background there. I was trying to fix my headphones. So yeah, we get a little bit of Kez in the background of the video there, but that is all that for this race here. And as we head out of the pit lane though, Humperdinck now is taking the lead of the Grand Prix here, and you can see Stewie is coming down the start-finish straight here. So are we able to have got the undercut on him, or the overcut even I should say? I think we have just about held on there, and X-Power is actually looking like he's going to be right with Stewie as well there, and it looks like he's got the job done straight off the bat there. So that is perfect for myself, you know. In the perfect world, we'd have X-Power and Stewie battling it out, but unfortunately into T2 there, Stewie goes full send on X-Power here. With those tyres just up to a bit extra temperature over ourselves, Stewie was a man on a mission over the next couple of laps here. You know, the pace he was showing was really, really competitive at the moment there as we head out the final couple of corners here. And yeah, I think for Stewie, most of this season, it's just been that lack of consistency. You know, he's pretty much always on the pace there, but it's just the small mistakes he makes there. He's actually going to go full send in towards T1 there on lap 19. We're going to be able to get the car hooked up right around the outside there. It's going to be a drag race as we head down towards T2 there. But is Stewie going to be able to give us the room there? A little bit of contact. He squeezes me out over the inside curb there, and that means Stewie now effectively takes the lead of the Grand Prix here. And at this stage of the day, I just wanted to work together and just try and outscore Humperdinck by as many points as possible here. But it became quite clear over the next couple of laps, perhaps that wasn't the same plan that Stewie had in mind over the course of this Grand Prix here. Lap 21, you can see Humperdinck has actually dived into the pit lane here. We're going to have a look up the inside of Stewie as we head down in towards T1 there, but he's going to slam the door shut a little bit early there. We're going to have a bit of contact, and we're actually going to pick up some front wing damage here, which is not what we needed in this Grand Prix there, and I'm not really too sure what that one was all about. I think Stu was just trying to turn into the corner before, you know, we both got the car slowed down there, not really giving me the room on the inside there. And yeah, just that little bit of front wing damage is going to do us a lot of hurt in this Grand Prix here, because that was not what we needed at this stage of the Grand Prix. We've got 14 laps to go to try and hold on with this, but through Sector 2, where, you know, you're meant to gain the advantage without the slipstream, without the DRS, anything like that, we were going to lose that all at this late stage of the Grand Prix here. You can see by the end of lap 24, we were having to use absolutely everything just to try and hold on at the moment here. Stewie, you can see all over the back of us. Humperdinck been able to bring himself into this fight as well here, because Stewie was just clearly wanted to fight this more than I was willing to at this stage of the Grand Prix. There are a big double lockup as we head down in towards T1 there. We're going to hang Stewie out to dry on the exit of the corner there. Do give him the room on the circuit Stewie. You can see down in towards T2 there, Humperdinck and Stewie both now looking feisty all over the back of ourselves here. We were trying to do absolutely everything within our power just to try and save any DRS, any fuel here at this stage of the Grand Prix here, because we've still got, you know, another 9 laps to go as we head out of the final corner here. Really trying to take some aggressive lines now, trying to get the better traction on the exit of the corner there, but it hasn't really worked. Stewie is going to be all over the back of us here. He's going to have a look to the inside as we head down in towards T1 there. We're going to make it very clear we're giving him the squeeze there, but Stewie through the first turn there is going to completely run me off the road as we try to rejoin the track on the exit there. Stewie and Humperdinck both going to be looking at it. Stewie moves defensive and then moves back towards the racing line there. Gives us nowhere to go into the corner there. Humperdinck gets right around the outside as well here. So this is not what we needed. This race is just falling apart at the moment for ourselves here. As you can see, as we head up the hill in towards T4 here. And now with the dirty air as well, we're really going to struggle as we head down in towards Sector 2 here. Just trying to get the power down as best as possible here. But, you know, the tyres were starting to overheat as well just a little bit here. And everything was really starting to look against us with just a few laps to go of this Grand Prix here. So this was really not what we needed as we ride on board still all over the back of Humperdinck and Stewie here. I mean, we must admit, a 4-car battle for the lead around Hungary is certainly not something you get very often on F1 at 2019 here, and it really does go to show, you know, at least the pace between Stewie, Humperdinck and I pretty consistently, and then also X-Power on his day is right up there as well as we head down in towards the final couple of corners of lap 27 here. Stewie fishtailing around just a little bit as we head through the final corner here, and it was pretty clear to me, actions speak louder than words as we head at the final corner there, making quite a big mistake. Humperdinck is going to get the run on Stewie as we head down in towards T1 there, and Stewie is going to do nothing in terms of defence there. And I'll be honest, that did kind of hurt a little bit. It was quite clear, you know, they were working together in this Grand Prix after that one there, because, yeah, Stewie put all that fighting up against me, understandably, but, yeah, nothing against Humperdinck here. And, you know, this is really the track where you can fight anyone, pretty much irrespective of the tyres here. We can see onto lap 35, they're pretty quiet right the way through until we choked on the final lap of the Grand Prix there and managed to pick up another penalty, which means that X-Power, unless something horrendous happens to him in the final half a lap of this Grand Prix, was going to be able to come through for P3 at the end of the day there. And yeah, with the front wing damage, Humperdinck was able to just bolt it. Stewie was able to pull a, you know, sort of a good 2.5-3 second margin over myself as well here and there. A fairly, you know, sort of a good 4-5 second gap, I think, to MNT Hamilton behind should mean that we do come through for P4 at the end of the day here, nonetheless. But yeah, very, you know, frustrating at the end of the day there. You know, I thought it was quite a clear-cut fight, but clearly Stewie has picked sides now for this battle as we head in towards the final couple of corners, though, of the race. So GG to Humperdinck, a very good race by him in the end there. Takes home the win and now builds himself up a 14-point title lead as we head in towards my favourite track of the season here. We're ready for the Belgian Grand Prix. But yeah, P4 at the end of the day, my actual worst finish of the season. We've only ever finished, you know, when we've actually finished the Grand Prix, it's been third or first so far this season. So a bit disappointed to ruin that streak as well there. But yeah, Humperdinck comes through for the win ahead of Stewie and X-Power there. But yeah, not a race to remember at the end of the day there. And heading into Spa next weekend, we need the win. We need to get back on track in this championship because we are actually going to be missing the Italian Grand Prix there, which is going to make it very difficult in towards the final 6 rounds of the season here to really put up a fight against Humperdinck there. But he does take home the race victory ahead of Stewie, X-Power, myself there. Giza comes through for P5 ahead of Schweiz, Jamie, Hamilton, Ben, and Constant Ryan rounds out the finishes there with Iron Weasel in 11th and then Riley and Kez, the only 2 drivers not to make it through to the end of the Grand Prix there. But yeah, an interesting race, mixed emotions at the end of the day. We'll take the 12 points, but really we should have got a whole lot more there. But considering it is my bogey track, we'll take it at the end of the day there. Thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless, though. Do get yourself subscribed if you're new around here as well, and you do want to see more ARR action. We will have the Belgian Grand Prix going live over the next couple of days, but for now, though, thank you all so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys next time.